1, drop it. I'm sipping on hypnotic. I'm smoking on that chronic. Bass on the floor, make you lose.
How's it going, everyone? My name is OG Albani. You cannot call me Del, and I'm bringing you guys the team builder for this week's GBA battle against Galadite. Now, I know you guys are used to seeing Del here, but he's a busy man. He's got a lot of stuff to do, and he was not able to record this team builder in time, but obviously, as his assistant coach, I helped him build a good majority of this. We mocked through it, so I have a pretty good understanding of the team and how it functions. You'll still see Del in the battle here in a couple minutes, so we'll cut to him after we go over the team. But of course, be sure, before you start watching the video, drop a like. It's really easy. Quick, easy button down there, and subscribe to the channel. Really helps out Del. And yeah, with that being said, we can kind of jump into it. I'm gonna let you know what we're bringing while we're bringing it, so you have that background knowledge and context going into the battle, and then we'll jump into it. So, our team, the Edmonton Coilers, if you did forget, consists of Terra Iron Valiant, Slowking Galar, Thunderous Incarnate, Tyranitar, Hisuian Guja, Donphan, Tauros Paldea Blaze, Rotom-Mow, Alomomola, Farigiraf, and Carbink. Holy Pokemon, that's a lot. And then our bonus team consists of Baxcalibur, Ursaluna, Grimmsnarl, Terra Quaquaval, I believe it's Water Electric, Slowking, Cyclizar, Terra, Hisuian Electrode. I don't remember what the stab combination or option is, but I know that it's Ice otherwise. Colossal, Orthworm, Salazzle, and Ice-Q. Very, very interesting matchup. This one was pretty tough, I'm not going to lie to you. One, Pokemon like Bax are always going to present a very big issue. The combination of Ice, Dragon, and Ground against any team is really scary, but in particular, the Coilers do not appreciate that combination. Ursaluna has no switch in our team. We simply can't do anything about it, but we have some pretty cool tech to potentially deal with it and get it out of the game pretty quick. Quaquaval is probably the biggest endgame win-con threat to us as well. Some kind of Terra Electric set with either Bulk Up or Sword Stance really does go crazy. And then, or even sub-Terra Water Bulk Up to, bully the Aloe if we decided to want to bring that is definitely a very viable possibility, because it's not like Aloe is ever going to beat Quaquaval. And then Salazzle is really, really annoying if it does like to be that sub-toxic variant, but again, we have the correct means to deal with it. Our first Pokemon, as you see right here, is going to be Tauros Paldea Blaze. We're Jolly, Intimidate, Sugar Berry is our item, Raging Bull, Close Combat, Wild Charge, and Cheryl Blaze. Blech. We have 164 HP, 188 attack, and 156 speed with that Jolly nature. This Pokemon, one, is a great soft check to Pokemon like the Baxcalibur. You can even pivot in on Pokemon like Quaquaval and get that Intimidate off. Obviously, we are faster than it. We threaten a good majority of this team with our Dual Stab, Wild Charge, and Trailblaze to potentially boost up speed if we do need to. We are technically kind of checked by the Salazzle, but it's not like Salazzle is going to appreciate taking any of our attacks because it is a Salazzle at the end of the day. Sugar Berry is for that Baxcalibur, not really for that Ursaluna because it kind of blows his ass backwards regardless. But it's really nice to have that catch one check to it, be able to come in, intimate, threaten it out with a close combat. We'll always live a hit from neutral very, very easily. And if it's banded, same thing. We'll be able to, determine that immediately, which is very nice. Then we have our Donphan, a really interesting set this week. We're sturdy with an impish nature, Earthquake, Knockoff, Endeavor, and not Ice Beam. Brody messed up the slides there, but Ice Spinner, 108 HP, max defense, and 148 speed with a impish nature, like we said. Rocky Helmet, this thing's sole purpose in this game is to come in on Ursaluna, almost die, and Endeavor it. That is it. Or no, we're Ice Shard, sorry. And Endeavor it. That's it. Its sole job is to stop that thing from killing 17 Pokemon on our team. We will potentially be 2-hit KO by Facade, but we should be able to outspeed it, get off that Endeavor, bring it down really low, in conjunction with our Rocky Helmet, the 2 Burn Chips, Endeavor, and an Ice Shard. The Pokemon is basically dead. We might not have a switch into it, but if we can use our Donphan specifically for that Ursaluna, we're going to be in a much, much better position. And it's literally here just to kind of throw it to the wolves and, kill that Ursaluna. Now, granted, it also can live hits from things like a Salazzle. We'll be able to live one, potentially, unless it's like a Specs variant after Rocks or something of the sorts. We'll even probably be able, I think we can live a Quack hit from full pretty easily as well. We always prevent setup on our side as well. If we're very, very low, the Ursaluna comes in. It's not like something like Baxcalibur or Quaquaval can really set up much against us. Now, Quaquaval can Aqua Step, so we might have to pivot out in that instance if our team's, pretty weak to Moxie, but Moxie +1 speed. But regardless, this thing is here to check the Ursaluna and do a damn good job of it. Not necessarily defensively, but by just forcing as much chip as humanly possible. We have our Slowking. We are red card this week with a bold nature, Sludge Bomb, Foul Play, Slack Off, and Surf. We are max Fizz Def basically. We have a little bit of speed, just to outspeed like opposing Colossal and Slowkings if he elects to go no speed on those guys. This thing is here to force out that Quaquaval. As well, let's check the Quaquaval. We can take +1, +2, +3 hits from Quaquavals depending on the spread pretty darn easily. Red card, what it does, it's going to force out the opposing Pokemon when they hit us, provided that we live in attack. So we can't let the Quaquaval get way too out of hand, because if it OHKOs us or kills us from the range that we're at, it doesn't get forced out by the red card anymore. So this is kind of an uh-oh button against that thing. We have Foul Play in order to prevent setup on things like Baxcalibur, as well as like a Swords Dance Quaquaval if it ends up being SD over Bulk Up. Sludge Bomb is very free and spammable in this matchup. We can hit things and poison them and, whittle them down. And Surf was just a nice fourth move. We didn't really need anything else. I like the option to be able to hit the Salazzle, because this might be something we need to use to check Salazzle. To hit the Colossal, and to hit the Ursaluna for decent chip damage if it wants to come in aggressively on us. Because with the other 3 moves in our set, it very much so can, so we need to be very careful about that. Then we have our Hisuian Goodra, a Pokemon that does really well in this matchup with Draco, Meteor, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, and Ice Beam. We are Sap Super this week, pretty offensive, max HP, 188 special attack, and 68 speed with a modest nature. We don't need much more bulk than max HP in order to take on something like the Hisuian Electrode, and that's what this thing is here for. Obviously, Volt Switch is a little bit obnoxious, but we need something to be able to pivot in on that thing's dual steps plus ice, because the rest of our team gets absolutely cooked by it. Even our Glowking can soft check it, but especially because we're Fizz Death and we have that red card, we can't really use it to do so. And I much more so like this Hisuian Goodra, especially because on top of that, this thing is very good offensively in this game. Draco plus Bolt Beam and Flamethrower hits his team very, very hard. Slowking is a good check to us, but if it's Fizz Death, it doesn't want to take Thunderbolts, and then like Draco plus Thunderbolt Ice Beam just hits everything very hard. Bolt Beam coverage is obviously great, and then Dragon Fire coverage is obviously great, so we hit everything very, very hard in this matchup. We also soft check things like Salazzle. We also soft check things like Grimmsnarl. We also soft check things like Baxcalibur. We will live a Baxcalibur hit pretty much guaranteed, unless I think Banded Glaive Rush, but even then we might live because we're pretty damn bulky. So, yeah, that's going to be Goodra. Then we have our Tyranitar. Rocking out with a Lumberry this week. We are Rock Blast, Crunch, Low Kick, and Stealth Rock with 220 HP, 116 attack, and 172 speed with an Adamant nature. Why are we Lumberry Rock Blast? Again, it's that Salazzle. It can really, really whittle down our team if we aren't like a Rock Blast variant. We're Lumberry so that we can switch in on it and not get immediately poisoned, as well as take on like Thunder Waves from the Slowking, Thunder Waves from the Grimmsnarl, things like that. Even Will-O-Wisp from the Salazzle is, really obnoxious potentially in wearing us down. So having that one-time switch in, we can go, okay, we're good. Then throw off a big Rock Blast. We have Low Kick to hit the Ursaluna, as well as, I think just the Ursaluna. Oh no, the Orthworm, sorry. And there are dual stabs just really well otherwise too. It's not like he switches in very great. Quaquaval can to an extent, but that's free chip on Quack. If we have Rocks Up, Sand, and then like a Rock Blast or a Crunch, even a Low Kick, it's going to whittle it down, and that's obviously great for us. Then, lastly, we have Iron Valiant rocking out with another Lumberry. We are Agility, Close Combat, Spirit Break, and Shadow Claw. Terra Ghost this week, 76 HP, max attack, 44 defense, 4 speed F, and 132 speed with an Adamant nature. This Pokemon is very, very strong in this game. We are Lumberry in order to be able to set up on things like Slowking if we need to get off an Agility in the endgame. That thing is very likely going to be Thunder Wave in my mind. Same thing like a Hisuian Electrode if it's Discharge or Thunder Wave, and then something like Valiant as well, potentially. Obviously, as we Terra Ghost, we will live one special attack from most of these Pokemon as long as they're not like Specs or Boosting Item or anything like that. And then if you look at the combination of our Dual Stabs plus that Terra Ghost Shadow Claw, Galateite's team does not switch into this Pokemon whatsoever. We do need to chip down things like the Salazzle, we do need to chip down things like the Slowking, but really once we get bulked up, or agility'd up, things can go south really fast if we've whittled things down in the manner in which we've wanted to. Obviously, the Grimmsnarl is another thing we have the Lumberry for. If it wants to Thunder Wave us, that's annoying, and we don't want to be Thunder Wave. But yeah, with that being said, you've seen enough of my face. Go ahead and jump into battle with Del. Enjoy the battle.
Hello and welcome back. My name is DDubble, but you could just call me Del. And if you can't tell from my voice, we are very under the weather today. We're going to try our best. We're taking on Galateite and his Calgary Flamethrowers. The Battle of Alberta taking place. It's going to be a fun one here, ladies and gentlemen. I can't, I'm just pumped for this. I'm going to try to stay in this as much as I can. The sunglasses are on so you don't have to see my gross eyes. We've been puffy most of the day, so hopefully it's not too bad for you and it's not distracting. You will get to see me checking back and forth on calcs and things like that, so I guess they're reflective enough for that. There you go. He has everything that I kind of thought he'd bring. The only downside is kind of our lead option here. T-Tar is probably our best option because even if it's like the Electrode, you know, we're in a good position. We can take one. Don't worry about that too much. If he leads Quaquaval, we have options for that in the back. Big thank you to OG Albina Owen for helping us out with that, as he does lead the Baxcalibur. So this is interesting, because we can Rock Blast this guy. Backs, unless it's like Brick Break Bracks, Brick Break Backs, I don't think can break us here. Earthquake's only doing 56 to 67. Low Kick is the safer play as opposed to a Rock Blast. However, Rock Blast gives us a chance to kill. Brick Break's a roll at our set here. I'm gonna Low Kick. It's the safer option. If he decides to switch, he decides to switch. He does just Earthquake us. We do get the... Ooh, that looks like adamant almost. 203 to 71. 71. That is screaming adamant Baxcalibur to me. Low Kick almost takes him out. In terms of switch options at this point, I feel like an Icicle Shard is or like an Ice move, like Ice Spear or something like that, is a really good option for him. Doesn't really lose anything clicking it, considering how low we are. Icicle Spear, Icicle Crash, or any kind of ice move will definitely take us out. If he's a banded set, it's not ideal. I am... It's screaming adamant to me. I think we're going to go into our Taurus Bull here. We'll get an Intimidate off. We are Shucka if he does decide to Earthquake again. But I think his best option is to click an Ice move here on a neutral switch, me going into like Donphan or something like that, because it would take out anything anyways. This is a really aggressive play by me, but we kind of have to play like that this game. Does Earthquake again. Our Shuck is going to pop. We do see that he goes -1. We're going to eat this up pretty well. 171 to 121. Okay, so in this position, Baxcalibur took the Low Kick. Looked like a high roll on the Low Kick, so we can assume like 20% left on this Baxcalibur here. Our Tauros. At this point, a Trailblaze is not going to kill. Raging Bull will, though. Oh, Trailblaze looks close, in all honesty with you. 6 to after the Sandstorm chip, that looks like it would kill. I think Trailblaze is a great option here because it covers him switching. Nothing really wants to come in on it at that point, and it also pressures the Hisuian Electrode coming in after the fact. So we're going to Trailblaze here. It's a very aggressive play. Hopefully it kills. It does kill. This is good. The Adam Sandler, this is a Slow King. So this is fine. Slow King at this point, this is good for us getting damage off onto it. Defensive Slow King. Wild Charge is going to do anywhere between 41 to 49% to it. He will KO us, but we will get good damage off, so that's a worth it trade for me in my eyes. We do also get to scout the set. It's super physically defensive. Almost max phys def at that point. I mean, yeah, absolutely. I believe that's Trick Room, so that's a little concerning, as Ursaluna is now a major threat on his side of the field. So we have two options here. He Chilly Receptions, goes Ursaluna, or he clicks Psychic. Now, neither of those things I really want to deal with. I want to keep Tauros around because Intimidate's really nice. I don't really need the T-Tar considering what he has in the back. So I'm actually going to go into T-Tar here, because if he Psychics and he tries to be offensive and claim a kill, we can try to regain some momentum off of that. But if he Chilling Receptions and goes into Ursaluna, it is what it is. We're just going to have to kind of fire off a Low Kick into it. And deal with it from there. Yeah, he's preparing to tell a chillingly bad joke. So I'm going to assume this is Ursaluna coming in here. Trick Room is something that we had to contemplate in prep. It's really difficult though, because you know you can try to prep for as many things as possible, and it's not always that easy. So this will be one turn of Trick Room gone. Beefy fella. That's a big bear right there. That is a big bear, and he has guts. So this is fine. I'm going to Low Kick it, as like I said, I don't really want to let him get away with something for free here. Because if he's like a Swords Dance set or something like that, Low Kick's a good chunk of damage to this guy. Yeah, I don't really want to let him get out of hand here, so I'm going to force him to attack. We do see the Earthquake come out. Ursaluna's going to take out our Tyranitar. That's okay, because now we can go into our Donphan. Donphan versus Ursaluna. I can take one hit of anything at this point. We aren't any attack investment into our Donphan, but what we can do is we can at least chip it down You know, Rocky Helmet if he does decide to go for the facade. Which we are hoping, and we did see Earthquake, so I'm not too concerned about Headlong Rush here. At this point, I think our best option, because he underspeeds us, he should. I feel like you would calc the underspeed. At this point in time, Earthquake's really only doing 29 to 34%. Depending on his set, I'm assuming it's an adamant, you know, max bully me set. Endeavor feels like the better option here, because he should just attack us. We just use Facade. This is gonna do a lot of damage to us. Oh, it crits us down to our Sturdy, and we're gonna get the Endeavor off, and then I can Ice Shard. Oh, he's gonna die to the Flame Orb. This is such a perfect turn. Oh, I couldn't have asked for a better time to be crit. Never in my life have I ever wanted to be crit, but that was perfect. The Ursaluna's gone. One of the biggest threats completely out of the way, and we have Trick Room up. This forces him to go back into Slowking. BMW drive. Okay, so I'm assuming some form of priority here. At this point, Donphan into Cyclizar. I'm assuming an offensive cycle. I know cycle gets like... I mean, I'm just going to Endeavor again. We're going to get it off. That's huge damage. Cyclizar drops down really low. U-turn. He's going to take Rocky Helmet chip. I believe that's how that works. Yeah, hurt by the Rocky Helmet. So he's going to go down after me. And I think I get switch initiative off of this. Or he does. I'm faster, so I'm assuming I have to send out Maimon first. Trick Room goes away, which is fine. Wow, this is great. At this point in time, we know he has Quack in the back. Bax is dead. Well, it's 3-2 here. We're in a really good position here. I think what we're gonna end up doing is what we could. Yeah, that. Because if he goes into the Trode, that's a little unfortunate. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go Bull first, because if he goes Quack, then that's less than ideal. So it is Quack. So we're gonna get the Intimidate off on the Quaquaval at least, which is nice. Now we do get the Intimidate off. We didn't see an Amulet. Our Tauros definitely cannot live from this range. A Quaquaval hit. Yeah, Aqua Step definitely KOs us, but we do outspeed, barring a Choice Scarf. So if he's Scarfed, that's fine, because that's even better for us. Close Combat's technically going to do the most with the least amount of drawbacks. So I'm actually going to CC here. He withdraws, that's fine. Close Combat's going to do a chunk to almost anything that wants to come in here. It's Adam Sandler, that's okay. Because we outspeed Adam Sandler, and even, you know, just a little bit of chip's good chip, so I'm not overly concerned. We do get the drops. The snow stops, which is fine. At this point, I'm kind of regretting not wild charging there. That's crazy that he made that call. But he probably saw what I saw in the calc, and me not wanting to take the extra recoil damage of wild charge there. That also tells me he's not Scarfed though, so I think Tauros is probably worth keeping around here. I'm actually going to go into Paul Coffey or Gudra here, because if he's chilling receptions again, that's fine. Oh, camera, come on. Hello? Oh, the sunglasses, I think, are messing up my webcam. We might cut the webcam out. He yawns, that's okay. Hisuian Gudra is realistically just here to kind of be fat and annoying. What he has in the back, Luna's dead, Cycle's dead, nothing wants to take a T-Bolt specifically, and the only other thing that can come in at this point is the Hisuian Electrode, so we're going to Thunderbolt here and get off some really good damage. We are a very invested Gudra. It's a great chip. Do we get a para? No para. Chillingly bad joke, so he's going to pivot out. And this will be into his Quaquaval, which is fine because we can go into our Glow King and get rid of the Quaquaval. Our Gudra will go to sleep, which is a little less than ideal, but Gudra still walls the Hisuian Electrode and the Slow King, so it's the most important piece here. As soon as we get rid of Quaquaval, this game's basically done. I want to keep the Intimidate option, Oh, but if I sack Bull here, he doesn't get +1. I get a Sludge Bomb off onto one of the things in the back. That's a great option. We can also set up an Agility, as we do see the Yawn. We're Fizz-Def too. I think sacking and then... no. If he Terra Electrics. I think we can go neutral. I just don't want to misplay here. This is a really important turn. If we go Glow King and he U-turns anyways, that's less than ideal. I'm gonna go Bull. We have to keep Goodra around. Goodra is our win con here. Because Goodra, even at our set here, can also, they can deal with Aqua Steps as long as they're not +1. We're going to get the Intimidate off. If he bulks up or something like that, it's a little scary. He subs. So we still outspeed. At least we're going to break his sub. And we don't have to worry about this too much. So this is a really great play on our part here. Because I think if I went into Glow King, we'd be in a much worse position. I'm going to calc Trailblaze versus max HP on Quaquaval, and I'll even do max defense. So Trailblaze might not break the sub if it's a max defense set, but I don't think he's max defense. I feel like he has some offensive potency in there. I'm going to Trailblaze, this should break sub. And then we will outspeed too if he tries to set up, and then I'll wild charge it. We can go into Glow King after this too and not have to worry about a setup Quaquaval as much. The fact that he hasn't Terra'd as well is, oh shoot, if he Terra Electrics here, uh-oh, I might have misplayed a little bit. Shoot guys, I might have just choked. Uh-oh. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping it's not a max HP Quaquaval. Because Trailblaze isn't breaking a sub. Oh, okay, so he's probably Terra on the Electrode. Sub takes damage. Sub fades, that's good. We're gonna get our boost. He's gonna Aqua Step us. He's gonna remain at neutral and +1 speed, so that's okay. He bulks up. Alright, that's actually kind of ideal. A +1 defense, Quaquaval. Because we outspeed it. So he hasn't Terra'd yet. He gets some leftovers recovery. I can wild charge here, because even if he Aqua Steps, it's not that big a deal. And then our Glow King in the back can still deal with this. CC actually being the better play, once again, because if he Terra Electrics, then we don't throw the game. So I'm going to close combat. Oh, I thought we DC'd for a second. That was really scary. So he is going to Terra. I'm assuming this is Terra Electric. If it's Terra Water, it becomes a slight issue. No, Terra Electric. So we're in a good position here. Our Sludge Bomb, too, from our Galar bro breaks the sub on this. So getting this thing down is a really good option. Close combat's going to do good damage. Yep, brings him below half. If he roosts, that's a good play on his part. But I'm just going to keep firing off close combats at that point. Bulks up again. I kind of feel like that's a little greedy, all things considering. Because G-King's still in this situation. So at +2, Wild Charge actually is going to do more. I'm a little scared now though, because if he roosts or something like that, then we're in a really bad position. If I go into G-King and it hits me, Aqua Step at +2. If he goes +3, he has to be plus what? 4 to completely nuke me? I'm actually going to go G-King here. We can keep the Intimidate in case Quack later. I think I'm tired of this thing setting up on me, and I do really fear the bulk up. Sludge Bomb allows me an option out, at least, and he Aqua Steps, so this is great. We're going to get rid of this, and it's not going to be a threat anymore. Yeah, it doesn't even do half to us. Red card's going to eliminate the Quaquaval. This is perfect positioning. Because we can switch out after. Quack is going to end up, please be, okay, Trode. Electrode. Hisui. So this should be like a modest set for sure. Modest Trode. It's like a Life Orb to our G-King. It doesn't kill, but we need G-King around to deal with the Quaquaval. Now is the time that we sack our Tauros Bull, because he's going to Volt Switch, and I'm going to get my HP back, and then we'll get our priority out of it. So we sack the bull here. Should be to like a thunderbolt or a volt switch. Volt switch is perfect. This is ideal. We should die. Oh, we live. That's actually worst case scenario. Shoot, that kind of sucks a little bit. Actually, maybe it doesn't, because Quaquaval is not set up anymore. This may force a sack. Adam Sandler. Okay, so he's gonna try to get this going again here. This is the situation where I wild charge 100 times out of 100, because we wild charge here. Because he's gonna chili. And then it just comes down to getting these plays right. I could crit too. No, we didn't crit. That's okay. It's great damage though. I'm gonna die to recoil. Adam Sandler's still gonna tell his joke, so he's actually, I believe, gonna have to switch in something before me. And if it's Quaquaval, we're in a great position. He goes Weavall. That's fine. Gudra's still the safe play. Cause like, hey man, maybe we get a first turn wake up or something like that. He's now a electric type, so Gudra at this point, Ice Beam is going to do 34 to 40% to him. Draco is going to do 73 to 86. He volt switches. I'm wondering if he's mono Aqua Step, like bulk up Aqua Step, sub, because now the tricky part is he will get a sub up here if he wants it. But our play is always into G King. So we see the lefties. If I'm him, I'm subbing. Yeah, so we go G King here. It may come down to a Sludge Bomb poison. I'm really hoping it doesn't, but hey, you never know. Games are games. Things get a little messy here and there. We're at 169 on our G King, so he does sub. We're at 84%, so Aqua Step. Even if he bulks up here, yeah, we're good. I think I'm okay. He'd have to have a ton of SPDF investment for this to not break the sub. Okay, this is good, because he runs the risk of a Sludge Bomb poison now. And even with his leftovers, that's not ideal for him. He needs +2 to be able to get through me. So this is going to break the sub. Our Iron Valiant can also take 1 at this point, and we kill him back. So we just got to keep him low. As long as I don't see Roost, we're in a good spot. Aqua Step's going to come out. We're going to eat it up. 82. So it's close. Poison, 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 poison. Ah, nuts. Alright. We're in the end game now, ladies and gentlemen. We're in a Sludge Bomb. We're going to pray. Aqua Step. Close to kill. Does kill. That's okay. Oh, the Moxie boost. I might have thrown, ladies and gentlemen. It's a roll to kill our Valiant now. 92 to 109. If he's adamant, of course. Oh no. Did Quaquaval run away with it? Did the duck do it? It's hard. Thought we did well in trying to neuter this thing, but it's gonna be close right at the end here. So I think we always Terra Ghost. And we always Spirit Break. Because in the back, it's just G King, and we have Gudra, and he can't get by our Gudra now. So this comes down to a roll. If he gets the roll, he wins. If he doesn't get the roll, I win. Here we go. It's basically a 50-50. Let's see. It's 56.3% chance that he kills me if he's max attack adamant. I'm assuming he's got a lot of bulk in there. I don't know if he's completely max attack. I'm sure he's trying to calc right now to see, you know, what his options are if he should switch into the Trode. He's going to stay in. It's going to be close. This is what it comes down to, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a great battle one way or the other. Galate's played really well, and there's still a chance I could lose, depending on what that Glow King's teching, or the Slow King for him is teching. Aqua Step, here it is. We live on 5 HP. The clutch defensive investment pays off, and we have a chance. We have a chance, ladies and gentlemen. You hit those 3.7% chances. We take those. If there's one thing I've learned in life, it's got to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good. And damn it, I'm being lucky right now. So that's huge for us. This is an obvious Wii Ball. I'm going to double check and make sure Hisuian Electrode doesn't get anything crazy that I have to worry about. Yep, there's nothing. Unless you're like Worry. No, Worry Seed also wouldn't work. Alright. At this point, we Spirit Break on like a choke. Thunderbolt, that's okay. I'm assuming this thing's choiced in some manner. Thunderbolt at most to Arguja. Even if he's like a spec set. Even if he specs, it's only 13 to 9%. I'm going to Ice Beam because that's the... yeah, we Ice Beam. Thunderbolt, it's not going to do anything. Yeah, very minimal. Are we waking up? We're going to stay snoozing. As long as it's not like Earthquake, Slow King in the back, I think we've got this. He's playing for the crit. I would too. I'm still asleep. Wow, okay. Gonna make this interesting at the end here, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing again. Can we wake up this turn? There we go. So this is a roll. He's probably got HP investment because Trode can have some because of how quick it is. That's fine. At this range, once again, we just Ice Beam. Thunderbolt. 13. So Slow King now. The Slow King, it's defensive Slow King. We know it's full Fizz Def. We're going to Thunderbolt. We outspeed. This should kill. It's a roll. And we win the Coilers back-to-back. GG's Galadite. Thank you so much for a great battle. That's probably match of the week. Somebody find me something better than that. If you're not entertained, I don't know what to tell you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll call that the Jordan flu game because it was good at the start, bad in the middle, but at the end of the day, Edmonton reigns supreme in Alberta, knocking out the Calgary Flamethrowers. Huge thank you to OG Albina again for the prep help. Big thank you to Odds Are for our team builder sheets and things like that you saw at the start of this video. And huge thank you to my girlfriend who's currently taking care of me while I'm sick. We're trying to get everything set up for this wedding and everybody's stressed out in the house. So this is a nice little relaxer for me. And yeah, you know, be thankful to the people that are helping you out. Yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here. Thank you so much for watching. GBA, man, it's got my heart. I'll catch you guys next Sunday. Take care. Have a great rest of your day.